So this was me 4 years ago.
Today we're going to be doing some pranayama, ujjayi breath, which is a breathing exercise.
I was so nervous. I was acting like a robot. I was reading a script. It was like I was talking to a phone instead of talking to a person. My hands were sweaty. It was just really embarrassing. I was a complete nervous wreck. So if you're a wellness teacher and you feel like that, this video is for you. I want to share the exact tips that had me going from that to what I'm like now.
Hello and welcome to today's class where we're going to be focusing on the solar plexus chakra, which is known to help give you confidence or to help inspire your confidence.
It really doesn't bother me getting on camera anymore, and actually I really enjoy it. And this is what got me from 0 subscribers to 1,700 subscribers on my yoga channel. And the last tip that I'm going to be sharing today is the moment that everything just clicked for me. Okay, so tip number 1 is to start small. By small, I mean shorter videos. And I don't mean YouTube shorts, okay? I mean videos that are around 5 minutes long. You want to get in the practice of getting out longer form videos, but just keep them shorter to start with, because honestly, the more you put out there, the easier it gets and the better you get at recording. It's like with anything, right? I've got a keyboard behind me. The more you practice, the better you end up getting. So I did quick classes that were all under 10 minutes. In fact, if you go onto my yoga channel and you go to the latest or the oldest even, you can actually look back at some of these older cringeworthy videos where I have like breathing exercises or I have quick 10-minute classes. And this is the thing, if you feel like you're rubbish at making videos, and that's why you're holding off and that's why you're not posting, you're not going to get better, right? You need to start posting and start getting into the habit of setting up your camera, talking to the camera, creating content to get better at it. So by month 3, you can already see a difference in my filming. By month 7, I was really into it, and I feel like you can tell from the way that I am on camera. And even up to now, right now, I am so much more confident. So the more you do, the better you get. But definitely to start with, start smaller. Tip number 2 is to talk to one person, okay? Do not jump on camera and say, hey guys, or hey everybody, because there's only one other person on the other side of that screen watching, right? It's really weird if you're like, hey everyone, but it's just that one person, okay? It takes away that personalization, right? It's like you are performing. It's not like you're helping. It's not like you're helping that one person. So always make sure you're talking to that one person. So when I record, I always picture my friend behind the camera, okay? Wherever I'm looking and I'm imagining one of my friends, one of my yoga students sat in front of me and I'm just talking to her. And that way you also come across a lot more natural rather than talking to a phone, because to start with, or a camera, to start with, talking to a camera is going to feel really awkward and really weird. But again, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And if you find it difficult to picture your friend or your person, whoever it is, put a picture behind you, put a picture behind the camera so that you're looking at this person, right? Even if to start with, your eyes are not directly into the lens, but you're looking at this person, and that's going to help you to come across so much more natural, so much more friendly, and you're going to get more of your personality across. It definitely helps a lot with confidence because you're there to teach that one person. It's not an act, right? You're not there performing, trying to just get loads of views, loads of followers. It's like you're there teaching that person. So I'd love to know in the comments, actually, who are you going to picture? Are you going to picture one of your friends? Like, is this something that's going to help you? Are you going to put the picture behind? Let me know down in the comments. So tip number 3 is to use a script, okay? You do not have to memorize everything just so that there's like, I used to do this with my yoga classes. I thought, oh, it's gonna look really unprofessional if my notepad's there with my class written on it. If you look back at my older videos, you'll see that I have this, right? Because I needed a script. Again, the more you do, the better you get. Now, I still use a script, but I put it up in front of the camera, out of the screen, so that when I'm teaching my yoga classes, it looks like I'm looking towards the camera, but actually my eyes glance down and I'm looking at my script. I'm looking at my pose list, right? I'm looking at what pose I'm going to do next. And that way it keeps it a lot more natural, and I'm not stressed because I know exactly what I'm doing. Like, it's right there in front of me. I just bullet point the poses that I'm doing, and I find that so much easier. So you need to find a way that works for you. When I record these videos, I actually have my laptop down here with my script on, right? So I'll say something, I might pause, I'll look down at my notes, then I'll come back to the camera, right? So it just looks like I'm carrying on talking to the camera when really I'm just editing out those little bits where I'm looking down at my notes. Because the thing is, if you don't have a script and you just go off track, you might lose some valuable teaching points here, right? You might forget things that you want to say. You might start rambling. You might lose your audience, right? You need to kind of get straight to the point. And if you don't, that's going to tank your retention. And it's going to confuse you and you're going to be like, wait, what am I saying? And when you get stressed and confused like that, it comes across on camera. Everybody can see it. Your personality and your aura shine through the camera, right? So we need to make sure that we are on point, that we know exactly what we're doing, why we're here to do this, and you've got it all in front of you. You're organized. One way that I love to do this is with ChatGPT. I actually use ChatGPT to script my classes, my videos, and then I go into a Word document and I will edit it. I will go through ChatGPT, I will edit out the bits I don't think is relevant, I'll add bits in, I'll change it up to fit me perfectly, but it really helps me to get that starting point. If you haven't watched, I did a video on ChatGPT, so if you haven't watched that, watch that next. I'll put a link up here so that you can go and watch that, because in there I'll give you the exact ChatGPT prompts that I use for this. Okay, so here is the final hack, which is the game changer. I turn my phone around so that I cannot see myself, okay? If you can't do that, sometimes I will put a post-it note over, I was trying to look for a post-it note then, I put a post-it note over the screen so that I cannot see myself, because otherwise, especially when you're new to this, you start looking at yourself and you can see exactly what happens here, right? When I'm looking at myself, it's looking like I'm not looking at you, right? When I look into the lens, now I'm looking at you. So to cover yourself up so that you can't see yourself will really help you to focus on talking to that person rather than you talking to a camera. Because when you look at yourself, you can tell that you're talking to a camera, right? It's weird talking to yourself because you don't normally look at yourself that much, right? So it also brings up your confidence to actually not see yourself. This is also what brings in that connection from you to the viewer, right? Because if you're not having eye contact with them, the connection's gone. Right? When we make our videos, we need some connection. We need to bring in those sensory kind of things, right? We need the sight, we need the sound, we need to make them feel a certain way. If you're disconnected and you're not even looking at them, they're not going to get that. And this doesn't mean you have to be sat like this, staring into the camera the entire time, right? You can look off screen. It's natural. When you're talking to somebody, you kind of like look away a little bit. You might even look down at your notes, but carry on talking. Because when you're having a conversation with somebody, it's not like you stare into their eyes for the entire conversation. Well, at least most people don't. And actually, do you know what? I've just thought of another hack that I'm going to quickly share. Do you know what I use? I use jasmine oil, because jasmine is really good for your throat chakra. So when we're talking on camera, we want our throat chakra to be nice and open, right? We want to get our voice across. We want to get our opinions across. We want to make sure that our voice is clear. So using jasmine actually can help open up your throat chakra. So that's the other tip that I do. I always put some of this on my wrists and then I rub it on my neck before I start filming. Little woo-woo hack there for you. If this video has helped you today I have actually started a 21-day visibility challenge that you can still join right now. The link is down in the description and in the comments. I would love it if you could come and join us. Every day for 21 days, we are having audio trainings and there's going to be some little tasks for you to do on YouTube to help you get visible. And this is going to help with your camera shyness, right? This is going to help get your voice across. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because the next video is going to be about your YouTube identity and how you can get seen on YouTube and how you can stay memorable.